y'all. Happy Sunday again. Um, I would like to subtitle this is the Pitt Hour 6. I would like to subtitle this one. I want Robbie to give me all bad news I ever get ever. All right. um, so we pick up with Collins and Christy, the medication abortion girl, fighting with her mom who's just barged in. Robbie steps in, finds out what's going on. Robbie separates them. Dana lets Langdon know that the ambulance chase victims are on their way in. And Langdon is a shitty husband. Big fucking surprise. Robbie tries to hide from Gloria, the hospital administrator. They're trying to bring in a hospital management firm that's all about the money and over patient care. Gloria busts his balls about patient satisfaction scores, padding charts. Robbie starts to get heated, and Dana kind of swoops in, sends him off to a trauma. Collins won the parlay with the ambulance chase bet and made like $850 or some shit like that. Mel is avoiding talking to Ginger because she's worried her daughter dumped her. Ladder fall trauma comes in. Santos and Robbie catch it. Garcia hits on Santos. Is all, what's your sign? Ambulance traumas come in. Langdon, Robbie, and Collins work on the ambulance driver trauma. Mohan, who has a patient, this was one of those moments of levity I talk about. I like Mohan has a patient who was injected with caulk from like a Home Depot when she thought she had bought silicone butt injections off of TikTok. So I thought that was fucking funny. Robbie encourages her, says she's doing great because he needs her patient satisfaction score. She actually cares about her patients, and they're actually happy when they leave the hospital, even if they have to fucking wait. All right, Huckleberry, new scrubs. They don't fit. Santos needles him. Robbie has a knee-jerk meeting with the staff because of the Gloria shit, tells them to pad their charts and keep their patient satisfaction scores up, discharge first, sit down at a stable patient's bedside, yada, yada, yada. Victoria's mom comes down, who's a surgeon, for a hot appy. She embarrasses the shit out of Victoria during the exam, and McKay swoops in and rescues her, makes up chest pain. Huckleberry also finds out at this point that Victoria's mom is a surgeon. He's like, the fuck, Nepo baby. Anyway, Santos and the ladder fall starts to go south, needs a chest tube. Garcia's going to let Santos do it, and then Santos makes the first incision, then drops the scalpel pointy side down directly into Garcia's foot. And at this point, Garcia is the ultimate motherfucking badass. Oh my God. So she just stands there. She's like, no, back the fuck off. She has Huckleberry come in, finish the chest tube with the scalpel still impaled in her foot. Collins, Victoria, and Robbie, they reduce the hip dislocation, which was when the ambulance crash victims. And Victoria gets to be Captain Morgan, and she's like, I'm not even old enough to drink. And they're like, the fuck. Kiara gets caught up on Mel. Mel's clearly spiraling. She tells her, don't assume the worst, but we see a lot of this now as boomers age. Robbie has to tell Nick's parents that he is 100% brain dead. And this is, again, where I was like, yeah, I need Robbie to give me all bad news. Noah Wiley's soulful brown eyes. Stop it, sir. Absolutely not. I like girls and you are married, but you are killing me with that. Okay? Anyway, Heather checks on Robbie. He dances with Ginger and it kind of cheers him up a little bit too, kind of a fake it till you make it. I know if I'm in a shitty mood, if I just act like I'm in a happy mood, I can convince myself of it sometimes, right? Just to get through the day, right? Garcia stitches herself up with Santos assisting. It was like, yeah, you fucked up, but I still fuck with you. And just more badass Garcia behavior. Heather is having cramps, but the kind of They gloss over it. She doesn't do anything with it. Robbie gives her shit for not going on with Abbott's abortion because he was like, she would have been out of here by now and we wouldn't have to be doing all of this. Uh Heather catches a testicular torsion with a helicopter mom. McKay goes to Robbie about David and pushes him to call the cops and admit Teresa to psych. Robbie talks to Teresa and convinces her to see a psychologist as an outpatient. Knowing what happens, it's so interesting because when I first watched this, I was 100% on McKay's side. And my son, who is a social worker, was like, no, out of line. She doesn't know what the fuck is wrong with Teresa. She doesn't know any of this to be a fact. Has anybody seen the letter? And so I will, and I've even posted about it. And in hindsight, y'all, spoiler alert, but she shouldn't have pushed him. Anyway, Robbie talks to Teresa. Anyway, Christy's mom is taking her home. Collins goes and gets her some anti-nausea meds. Santos's latter fall patient's family comes in, and the daughter asks to see him, and the mother won't let her. Mel and Dana. Mel is trying to self-soothe on the stairs. She's watching a lava lamp like app, and about Ginger, and Dana gives her a pep talk, tells her patients need her, get up and go do it. Victoria and Mohan stitch up one of the frat boys. Robbie is with Nick's parents and the family support specialist. And like he's going to go tend to another patient, and the mother's like, no, will you please stay? Don't leave us. Again, very comforting. Huckleberry asks Santos how she is after the Garcia incident, and Santos threatens him with violence. And then Santos tells Victoria what happened, and they all kind of roast each other. And she's like, so long, losers. And I know that this was kind of designed to make me feel like Santos was crass and terrible, but it actually made me like her more. So come at me. I like Santos. Um, let's see. Nick's parents, when they broach organ donation, they're not ready, and the mom loses it. Collins again won the parlay, like I think over $850 in the ambulance pool, and she's going to buy herself a fancy stroller. Ladderfall guy has enlarged breast tissue, which Santos takes to Robbie. They're eating sandwiches that somebody sent in. Turns out it was Dr. Amundsen's sister. And so Robbie excuses himself, and Dana's like, no, it's not that he doesn't like her, it's that he's upset and he feels guilt. So we find out later that Robbie had to take him off of a ventilator and let him die in order to save a young patient. So anyway, spoiler alert. Sorry. I should say that first, but I'm not gonna, so sorry. Anyway, Mel checks on Ginger, who is getting worried and hungry. Mel calls her sister, who we learn is on the spectrum. They have a nice FaceTime. And we go back to Collins. Christy has locked herself in the bathroom because she wants her fucking abortion, and the mom is screaming. There's a little bit of a brouhaha, and Heather gets pushed in the scuffle a little bit. All right. We're going to talk about Miss Dana, Catherine Lanasa, a former ballet dancer and choreographer from the South. I love her. And as I'm reading about her, y'all, she's currently married to Grant Show. Wasn't he on like Melrose Place or one of those? I don't know. I didn't look at his IMDb. But she's married to him. They have a kid. She was married to French Stewart, who I don't know him, but I remember him as being pretty odd. And Dennis Hopper, who notoriously was blah. But anyway, so I found that interesting. Let's see here. What we got? Play, yeah, and when she has like 81 credits on IMDb, and she has a ton of there's a ton of like smaller parts on TV shows and stuff like that. And I like, again, I love that they're highlighting people that are real people and actors that maybe didn't have a chance in something else or never just hit their stride. And I love that about the show. It's very good. The ensemble, mwah. So, anyway, join me tomorrow for Manic Monday. I'm going to talk about John Oliver, going to talk about Saturday Night Live a little bit. And then I'm going to talk about everything I'm going to be watching and listening to for the upcoming week. Also, join me on Monday for a recap of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. And then Tuesday, I've got more crazy, stupid theories about Beverly Hills. So join me on Tinfoil Tiara Tuesday as well for all that craziness. Y'all have a great day. Take care, y'all. Bye.